Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my friend. In this video, I'll be talking about the remedy for Saturn through the glory of Shri Jagannath Rath Yatra. So let us do the mantras quickly. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Vyam Ved Vyasaya Namah Om Gurave Namah. We are set to start the video now. Shri Jagannath Rath Yatra. Well, as we go through the process of the yatra, how does this take place? What are the things we need to see? Automatically we'll see that there is an inherent remedy for Saturn. And for which people? I am using the word Saturn in general. Well, people who are undergoing Saturn Mahadasha, people who are undergoing Saturn Antardasha, Pratyantardasha, people who are feeling that their transit Saturn is not great, it is afflicting or aspecting their 6th house, 8th house, 12th house, or even the 3rd house from Lagna, from moon sign, from Arudha Lagna. Or Saturn is transiting as Kantak Shani, Astam Shani, Thaya, in Rashi chart, in other divisional charts. So in effect, at all points in time, all of us do need this remedy for Saturn. And when we see the journey of the Rath Yatra, we'll ourselves realize how explicitly there is a remedy for us to make use of. And that is the intent of making this video. That let us experience the glory of Shri Jagannath through Rath Yatra and get the remedy for Saturn. Okay, let us begin the journey. First point. I am using the word Jagannath Rath Yatra. It is for Lord Jagannath. Who is Lord Jagannath? Well, you may call him Jagannath, you may call him Vishnu, you may call him Krishna. It will be easy for him to refer as Krishna. We can relate with Krishna in a common parlance. But he is the one who is taking care of all of us by sustaining us in this Kali Yuga. Okay? He is the one, the supreme one. Okay. And the content for this video, I like to give my credits to my Guruji, Pandit Sanjay Raji. As always, he is the man, he is the one behind all this, whatever knowledge, little knowledge I am able to gather. And also to Vibhuti Bhushan Pani. He was the one who put forward this Rath Yatra topic in our recently concluded or the last concluded Shri Jagannath Conference, SJC Conference, Shri Jagannath Center Conference 2024. He presented a very beautiful topic on Rath Yatra. So I've taken a lot of things from his slides also and also added my research component to this presentation. All right. And this Rath Yatra takes place in Odisha, Puri, which is in the eastern side of India. Now, there are 4 dham, 4 places of spiritual significance, okay, as per Hindu mythology, Hindu system of belief. And it is considered when a person goes through, visits these 4 dham, these 4 sacred places, that is considered very nice. Which are those? In the north side, we have Badrinath, which is specifically revered for Lord Vishnu. Okay, in the south, we have Rameshwaram, where we have Lord Shiva. And then to the west, we have Dwarka, where we have Krishna. And to the east, we have Jagannath Puri, where we pray to Jagannath. And Jagannath Rath Yatra is one of the very nice and very beautiful ways to pray to Shri Lord Jagannath. Okay. So when will this take place? I mentioned in the beginning, it will take place on 27th of June. Okay. But I also need to clarify as per the lunar calendar, because this follows the lunar system. Okay. So as per lunar calendar, 27th of June falls on Ashad Shukla Dvitiya. Okay, let us try to understand what is Ashad. Ashad is one of the months as per lunar system. Okay, for example, we had Hindu New Year, Chaitra Shukla Pratibhada. Remember? So that followed Amanta system. This too follows the Amanta system. So that means after Amavasya, Hindu New Year began, Chaitra Shukla Pratibhada, and after Amavasya, Rath Yatra will also take place in Ashad month. So basically, why Ashad? Because Chaitra, Hindu New Year began. Then after Chaitra, we have Chaitra, Vaishakh, Jyesht. Vaishakh and Jyesht, 2 lunar months, they fall in the summer season. They correspond with Agni, energy. So Jyotish is very good during those time. And after Chaitra, Vaishakh, Jyesht, Ashad is coming. Ashad represents monsoon season, beginning of new energy, right? So at that time, beginning of new things, beginning of spiritual things, So at that time, basically, right, when we move forward, we'll see Dakshinayana also is during this phase of monsoon thing. So that is the time when Rath Yatra is taking place in Ashadha Shukla Dvitiya. Shukla means Amanta system, bright half. Why Dvitiya Tithi? It is happening after Amavasya, Amanta. Amavasya means moon is with sun, absolutely not visible. It is new moon. So on Pratipada, Ashadha Shukla Pratipada, moon is not visible. It is on Ashadha Shukla Dvitiya, moon is visible for the first time. That's why when moon is visible for the first time, Rath Yatra begins on 27th of June. All right. Now, how long this Yatra take place? Is it an hour? Is it a day? How long? So this entire process takes place for 9 days. And it doesn't even end on 9 days. So it will begin on 27th of June. If you count 9 days, 5th of July. So it is beginning of Shukla Dvitiya. 5th of July is Shukla Dashmi. Day 1 to day 9. Shukla Dvitiya to Shukla Dashmi. But it will not end on Shukla Dashmi. Though the Rath Yatra, basically it will end. It will come back from where it began. But even then there are certain things we will continue. I'll talk about those as you move forward. Shukla Dvitiya it starts, Shukla Paksh Dashmi it ends. Who's the Lord of Shukla Paksh? Who's the Lord of Dvitiya Tithi? Moon. And who is the Lord of Dashmi Tithi? Moon. And we are going to pray Krishna, who represents moon. Do you see the connection? Yeah, okay. Okay. Now, what about the coordinates? I mean, from where it begins and from where it ends, or where does it go? So Rath Yatra begins from Shri Jagannath temple. We also call this temple as Sri Kshetra or Sri Mandir. Why Sri Kshetra or Sri Mandir? Because Sri represents Ma Lakshmi, who is the spouse of Lord Jagannath. So this also represents that Lord Jagannath gives equal honor and respect to his spouse, and we should also give equal respect to all the genders, right? Equal respect, equal honor. So that's the significance of calling this temple Lord as Jagannath temple as well as Sri Kshetra. Okay, she also is the supreme deity in this temple, Lakshmi Mata, Goddess Lakshmi. Okay, it starts from Jagannath temple and it goes to Gundicha temple. Okay, so that is the, so 27th of June it will start and go to Gundicha temple, and on 5th of July, on Shukla Paksh Dashmi, it returns from Gundicha temple to Jagannath temple. That's the entire process. Okay. Now, why does it take place? There are a lot of reasons. The first reason would be that Shri Jagannath, along with, now this Rath Yatra is not only about Shri Jagannath. When he goes from Jagannath temple to Gundicha temple, Shri Jagannath goes with his elder brother, okay, Balabhadra, and younger sister, okay, Mata Subhadra. Okay, so all three, they travel. Why? So one thing is that there are a lot of reasons for this travel. One saying is that Shri Jagannath actually is going to his place of birth, to Gundicha temple. Second is, it also is symbolic representation of as if Sri Krishna is going back to Vrindavan. The third thing is that as Shri Jagannath is coming out of his temple to meet the common men, so it is not always that we need to reach the Lord. Sometimes Lord Shri Jagannath also comes out to meet to people, it reaches out to people. It is a symbolic reference that even Lord reaches out to people, right? And then everybody, regardless of caste, creed, can participate in Rath Yatra. So it is also a symbolic representation of unity, right? And no doubt, the topic of this video, as we progress through the journey, we'll find out the remedy for Saturn. So this is also a hidden purpose of this Rath Yatra, for us to observe how we can get the remedy for our Saturn. Okay. Now, how does this take place? So this, I am using the word Rath Yatra. That is very clear, but Rathas are nothing but chariots. So this Rath Yatra will take place on chariot. There are separate chariot. One chariot is from Lord Shri Jagannath. The other chariot is for his elder sibling Balabhadra. And the other chariot is for Mata Subhadra. There are three chariots. And chariots are square base. The base of the chariots is square. Because this is Bhuloka. We are in Bhuloka, Prithvi. So square base. Bhuloka is all about the square shape. Okay, Chauka. All right. Why three Rath? And what is the sequence of these three Rath chariots? First chariot is for Shri Balabhadra, elder sibling of Lord Shri Jagannath. Okay. Second chariot is of Mata Subhadra, and third chariot is of Lord Shri Jagannath. So that's how the journey takes place. First, Lord Shri Balabhadra, then second, Mata Subhadra, and then third, Shri Jagannath in 3 different chariots. Now, to give you a few specifics about these 3 chariots, just to make you understand and take you to the place where the journey is about to take place. Okay, just to transport you there. First Rath, first chariot in which Balabhadra will travel in the beginning. Then we have Mata Subhadra, and then we have Jagannath chariot. The first chariot, the number of wheels are 14. In the second chariot, the number of wheels are 12. And in the third chariot of Lord Shri Jagannath, the number of wheels are 16. Balabhadra's chariot, number of wheels are 14. Those represent basically 7 heavens and 7 hells, right? Saptaloka and Saptatala. Which are the Saptaloka or 7 heavens? Bhuloka, Bhuvaloka, Swargaloka. That's the reason we say Om Bhur Bhuva Swa, so that our prayers can reach to all these 3 lokas. Bhuloka represents earth, Bhuvaloka where we have the grahas, and Swargaloka where we have the nakshatras. So 7 lokas. Bhuloka, Bhuvaloka, Swargaloka, Maharloka, Janarloka, Taparloka, Satyaloka. Okay? For us, Bhuloka represented by Mars. That is more important for us. And last, Satyaloka, where we aspire to go, right, is represented by planet Guru, Jupiter. That's why Guru is revered, because that correspond to the Satyaloka, the top loka. And 14 wheels, 7 Saptaloka, 7 heavens and 7 hells, 7 talas. This is quite interesting. Which are those talas? Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Rasatala, Mahatala and Patala, which is Patal. That's at the 7th place. And we know Patal, don't we? That's very interesting. So these are the symbolic representation of 14 wheels of the chariot of Balabhadra. Now, behind Balabhadra, we have the chariot of Mata Subhadra. And her chariot has 12 wheels. Now, 12 wheels represent 12 zodiac signs or 12 Adityas, which are giving us all the resources, right? So, which are basically sustaining us. So, that's why Mata Subhadra is corresponding with the Rajas Guna. Whereas those 14 lokas, 14 spiritual worlds, right? It tells us that nothing is constant. It keeps on changing. You have lokas above you, you have loka below you. These things are changing. So Balabhadra represents Tamas Guna. And then the last chariot is of Lord Jagannath, where we have 16 wheels. It represents the 16 kalas of Krishna and also 16 divisional charts, right? So it signifies that Sattva Guna is also there, right? While Mata Subhadra is telling about the sustenance, and this Jagannath is talking about the Sattva Guna. That's how. And in terms of color, just to give you a sense of idea, and if you have happened to see this Rath Yatra, you will actually feel the real pleasure is actually seeing the Rath Yatra, right? When you actually get to see this Rath Yatra in person or on television, that will be like, wow. You will observe that the first chariot, which is of Balabhadra, the elder brother of Lord Jagannath, his face is white. Whereas the color of the horse, there are 4 horses of each chariot. The color of the horses of Balabhadra is black, corresponding with the Tamas Guna. Now, second Rath is of Mata Subhadra. Her face is yellow, but the color of the horses is red. All the color is there with Mata Subhadra. And then Lord Shri Jagannath, his face is black, but the color of the horses is white, corresponding with the Sattva Guna. That's how interesting. Okay. And from your horoscope perspective, so from Aries to Cancer, right? Because his horoscope is also segregated into Bhu, Bhuva and Swargaloka. So Aries to Cancer, which is Bhuloka, is basically symbolized by first chariot of Balabhadra. And then Leo to Scorpio, right? Bhuvaloka, that region is symbolized by the chariot of Mata Subhadra. And the last region, Swargaloka, where we have the nakshatras, is from Sagittarius to Pisces. That is represented by the third chariot or Shri Jagannath. That's how there are 3 different chariots. Okay. Let's move forward. How long? Basically, I briefly mentioned about this. This will continue from 27th of June until 5th of July, Shukl Paksh Dvitiya to Shukl Paksh Dashmi. But it doesn't, Yatra ends basically on Shukl Dakshmi, Shukl Paksh Dashmi. All the three deities travel back from Gundicha temple and reach to Shri Jagannath temple. But they do not get out of the Ratha. So there are a couple of other things which takes place. As we move forward, I'll talk about that. Now, first thing, I mentioned that Rath Yatra starts, which happened on 27th of June. But does that mean the entire work begins on 27th of June? No. So when does the work begin? By work, I mean, when does the preparation of these chariot begin? Because it takes a long time. So is there a specific day when people start to prepare for this Rath Yatra? Start to prepare these chariots? Yes. That happens on Shukl Paksh Tritiya. So which Tritiya is that? That is the Tritiya when we actually aspire to buy gold. We relate that Tritiya with buying a lot of new stuff, buying gold, Akshaya Tritiya. But the real significance of Akshaya Tritiya is not from the perspective of wealth generation, but you understand that that is the day when people start to prepare the chariots of Lord Jagannath, Balabhadra and Mata Subhadra for the Yatra. That is how significant that Akshaya Tritiya is. Now, this year it fell on 30th of April. Okay, Akshaya Tritiya. It was on Vishak month, Shukla Paksh Tritiya. Why is it that important? Because that is the day when both the sun and the moon are exalted. The sun will be transiting in the sign Aries and moon will be transiting in the sign Taurus. Both are happy. And because these chariots are body, we are making the body, trying to form the body. And to form any body, when you were born by your father and mother. They came together and that's how you were born. So when we are forming body, we are trying to begin the formation of body of these chariots, the divine father, sun, the divine mother, moon, they are exalted. They are feeling delighted. They are feeling very happy. So what better can there be than Akshaya Tritiya to begin the preparation of these chariots? That's how the preparation starts to take place on Akshaya Tritiya. Okay. Now after that, do we straight away reach to Rath Yatra, 27th June, which is Shukla Dvitiya? No. After Akshaya Tritiya, basically, then 6th of June, before Rath Yatra, 6th of June, which is basically Shukla Paksh Ekadashi. It is called Rukmini Haran Ekadashi, which fell on 6th of June this month. Jyestha month, Shukla Ekadashi. That day is symbolic for the Vivaha or the marriage of Lord Jagannath. So we are depicting the entire journey through the normal human lifespan. So first Lord Jagannath is getting married on Ekadashi, Shukla Paksh Ekadashi, right? Okay, that happened on 6th of June. Now 11th of June, that is also very significant. I am gradually moving forward and taking you through different events. Okay, 11th of June, that was Snan Yatra of Lord Shri Jagannath. This is very, very important. In fact, this happened yesterday. Yesterday was Jyestha Purnima. Very, very great day. Jyestha Purnima. Snan Yatra happened. What is the significance of Snan Yatra? Basically, that is the day when Lord Jagannath, along with his elder brother Balabhadra and sister Subhadra, comes out of the temple, out of Sri Mandir, in front of devotees and takes bath. So the water is arranged from 108, right? 108 wells from the northern side of the temple. And then priests, they actually, using mantras, they purify the water. And they also wear the cloth around them out so that no impurity, even from the breath, can actually gets into that water. And with that water, the deity takes bath. Snan Yatra. It is a symbolic representation of Snan Yatra. Okay, that took place yesterday. Basically, it takes place on Jyestha Purnima, which this year was on 11th of June, which was yesterday. Jyestha Purnima. Now, the interesting thing is, as I'm talking about Jyestha Purnima, this Snan Yatra took place yesterday. Purnima means when moon is opposite to sun. So where is sun currently transiting in zodiac? Sun is in Taurus. So moon, because of Purnima, will be in Scorpio, opposite to sun. And in Scorpio, moon is debilitated, right? And moon is in Jyeshtha Nakshatra. So there are 3 nakshatras in Scorpio, and moon in Jyeshtha Nakshatra is representing about upcoming Gandanta, because after Jyeshtha, Scorpio ends and we gets into Gandanta. It is the interjection of Scorpio and Sagittarius. So this Snan Yatra, or this one aspect of journey, is representing, be ready for the upcoming transformation. I'm heading towards Saturn. I've not forgotten the purpose of the video is to find out the Saturn remedy. And see, Saturn is a planet which requires us to do hard work. So I could have given the remedy straight away by writing in the description box. But the point is, if I am putting hard work in putting up the video, and you are spending time, and it is kind of a hard work, in getting through the journey and then reaching to the remedy, then Saturn will be happy. With the remedy, it will fructify. So that's the purpose. We need to complete the journey, and in the journey, we need to get to that remedy and pray to Lord Jagannath, help us with this remedy to get rid of the malefic aspects of Saturn. That's how. So that Gandanta, the Jyeshtha Purnima, that Snan Yatra is a representation that be ready for the upcoming transformation. Gandanta, you have to cross the Gandanta, you have to be transformed. That is a symbolic representation. Okay, it is kind of a spiritual rejuvenation. Okay, now, and people also relate this day, Jyeshtha Purnima, as the birthday of Lord Shri Jagannath. That is also a very saying. All right. Now, that happened on 11th of June. From 12th of June, Rath Yatra will take place on 27th of June. From 12th of June till 26th of June, one day before Rath Yatra, we are left with 15 days. Okay. Now, these 15 days is basically devoted to Anasara. What is this period? So, when Lord took bath outside, so Lord gets sick. When you're taking bath outside, you can get sick. So these 15 days, Anasara, is the period when the deities are kept private. People do not go and visit them and take their darshan. Normal ritual worship, daily worship doesn't take place in the normal way, right? And then they are being provided with the Ayurvedic medicine. It is like they're resting. They are getting ready. They are rejuvenated for the upcoming spiritual awakening. They have to cross the Gandanta, remember? So they are getting ready for 15 days for the upcoming Rath Yatra, which is a symbolic representation of coming out of Gandanta, getting ready. So that's how we are able to get a remedy for our Saturn. We have to also cross that Saturn trajectory. All right. So Anasara. Now, I am now reaching up to gradual to where we want to reach. There is a term called Maha Anasara. I spoke about Anasara for 15 days period. It's an yearly ritual, Maha Anasara. Now, this is also called Naba Kalabera in Odia language. Naba Kalabera. Naba means new and Kalabera means body. So, new body. So, the deities are made in wooden statue. Wooden. They are made of wood. And at the time of Naba Kalavera, new body or Maha Anasara, so these wooden statues are replaced with new statues or new murtis. Replaced. They are changed. So this represents rebirth, rejuvenation. And this Maha Kalavera, this Maha Anasara or Naba Kalavera, doesn't take place every year. It takes place after a certain period of time. What is that period? So if I go back in the historical times, it took place in 1912. When does it take place? It takes place when we have 2 full moon, 2 Purnima in Ashadh Mas. In the Ashadh lunar month, when we get 2 full moon, that time this Naba Kalavera or Maha Anasara takes place. Historically, Naba Kalavera happened in 1912. After 1912, it happened in 1931, 19 years after 1912. After 1931, it happened in 1950, 19 years after 1931. After 1950, it took place in 1969, again after 19 years. After 1969, it took place in 1977, 8 years after. After 1977, it took place in 1996, again 19 years, after 19 years. After 1996, it took place in 2015. again after 19 years. And after 2015, it is going to take place in 2034, again after 19 years. So historically, if you look back at about 100 years in the past, we see majority of time it is taking place after 19 years, or once it took place after 8 years. So which planet has 19 years period in Vimshottari Dasha? Why we are looking at Vimshottari Dasha and not any other Dasha? Remember, we are talking about the moon here. Shri Krishna, Jagannath, this yatra is starting on Dvitiya and ending on Dashmi. It's all about moon, and moon is the planet which is behind Vimshottari Dasha. So Saturn is that planet which has the period of 19 years in Vimshottari Dasha. Okay? Good. But we also got 8 years once. So any other planet which has 8 years in Vimshottari Dasha? We don't have any. Then we have to look at it differently. Number 8 represents which planet? Saturn again. Again Saturn. So this Navakalabera or Mahanasara, when the deities, Lord Shri Jagannath, Balabhadra and Mata Subhadra, their statues, their idols are being replaced, wooden idols are being replaced with new wooden idols. It is symbolic of rebirth from pure perspective. It is getting related with Saturn. That's where there is an indication, okay, there is something here through which you can get remedy for your Saturn. You can get relief from your ongoing Saturn Mahadasha, Antardasha, Pratyantardasha, malefic Saturn transit from Lagna, Arur Lagna, moon sign, other special Lagna, in Rashi chart, in divisional chart, Kantak Shani, Daya, Ashtam Shani, whatever you can think of, you can get remedy. I'll complete the Rath Yatra. Remember, if you want to get the full effect of remedy, we have to complete the Rath Yatra. But let us speak about remedy quickly. And then we'll come back and complete the Rath Yatra. Okay? So, okay, there was a symbolic representation through this Navakalabira that yes, we can get remedy for Saturn. Now, I've done the analysis and I'm giving you the straight away how you can apply remedy for yourself. So, I'll tell you the dates. If you're born on those dates. Now, this remedy could have been calculated in different ways. Can I calculate the remedy through Aditya or sun sign, Rashi, where sun is placed? There was some challenge. Could I calculate it basis lunar months? There was some challenge. I found some challenge. Can it be calculated through moon sign? Can it be calculated through your moon degrees, nakshatras? Eventually, I decided no. The way I could kind of sum up the entire things, I am giving you dates. It will be easy for you to comprehend. We can think about the remedy from different angles, but then it will not be that straightforward for you. But this is a straightforward way. I'll be telling the dates. For example, I'll be telling if you're born, the real birth, regardless of the year. I'll talk about the day of birth and the month. If you're born from 17th of May till 25th of June, both the days inclusive. So 17th of May is also inclusive, 25th of June is also inclusive. If you're born from 17th of May to 25th of June, any of these dates, then you have to pray to Lord Shri Jagannath. How? That is the catch. So if you're born from 17th of May to 25th of June, you have to pray to Lord Shri Jagannath by taking the name Trivikrama. So every day, you will take the name, you will do one mala or 108 times, or depending on your time availability, you take the name, you will worship Lord Shri Jagannath, Shri Krishna as Trivikrama, one of the names of Lord Vishnu. Okay. If you are born from 26th of June to 24th of July, both days inclusive, you will worship Lord Shri Jagannath by the name Vaman. Okay. If you are born from 25th of July till 23rd of August, you will worship him with the name Sridhar. Now, if you are born from 24th of August till 21st of September, you will worship him with the name Rishikesh. You will say Rishikesh, Rishikesh, Rishikesh 108 times in the morning. That's it. That's it. And this can actually work magic. Try it out. Okay. If you're born from 22nd of September to 21st of October, you will worship Lord Shri Jagannath with the name Padmanabha. Padmanabha. If you're born from 22nd of October till 20th of November, you will worship him with the name Damodar. If you are born from 21st of November till 20th of December, you will worship him with the name Keshav. If you are born from 21st of December till 18th of January, you will worship Lord Shri Jagannath with the name Narayan. If you are born from 19th of January till 17th of February, you will worship him with the name Madhav. If you are born from 18th of February till 19th of March, you will worship him with the name Govind. If you are born from 20th of March till 17th of April, you will worship Lord Shri Jagannath with the name Vishnu. If you are born from 18th of April till 16th of May, you will worship Lord Shri Jagannath with the name Madhusudan. Now, what if you're watching this video after? Okay, when do you have to start? You have to start from the day the Rath Yatra begins, which is 27th of June. That day you have to start this mantra. Okay? And not specifically mantra, start taking the name, because I'm giving you only simple name. That itself is a mantra. Even the name Jagannath itself is a mantra in itself. Okay. But what if you're watching the video after Rath Yatra? Then the day of beginning, the day from when we're supposed to begin this prayer will already go by. Nothing to worry. You can start it from the next Shukla Dvitiya. It has to begin from Dvitiya of the bright half. Shukla Paksh Dvitiya. It has to begin from that day. And then you can continue. How long do we need to continue? Well, till that time you want to safeguard yourself from Saturn. So, it doesn't come with an end date. So, if you make this prayer as a part of your daily lifestyle, great. Otherwise, at least till the time your Saturn Dasha is continued, till the time Saturn Transit is there, which is afflicting you in a negative way, please do that. Okay. Now, we need to complete the Rath Yatra. Otherwise, how this remedy will get activated? We need to appease Lord Shri Jagannath so that he blesses us with this through this remedy. Okay. So we covered Anasara or Nabakalavira or Mahanasara, okay, which happened basically for 15 days, one day prior of Yatra till 26th of June, we covered the journey. Now we are starting from actual Rath Yatra, 27th of June, which is the day one, which is Ashadha Shukla Dvitiya. Rath Yatra is beginning. The three chariots are coming out of Shri Jagannath temple. They are sitting, they're out, but the idols, lords are coming out of Shri Jagannath temple, getting situated on the chariot, and the chariots are moving. Lord Bhadra chariot is moving. Mata Subhadra chariot is moving. Lord Shri Jagannath chariot is moving. They're pulled by the ropes. It also has symbolic significance, but I don't want to overdose you. So that Rath Yatra is beginning on Shukla Paksh Dvitiya. Okay, 27th of June, day one. It will reach Gundicha temple. Okay. I'll not cover every day. I'll talk about the specification of different days during this Rath Yatra. Now on day 4, which is 30th of June, which is basically Shukla Paksh Panchami, is called Hera Panchami. That is the day when Lakshmi ji is the spouse of Shri Jagannath, wife of Shri Jagannath. She visits Gundicha temple, where Jagannath is there for 9 days. Jagannath ji is in Gundicha temple. So Mata Lakshmi reaches there and asks, why didn't you take me along with you? Why did you went with only with your siblings? I could have also joined you. She's a bit upset. Why did you take me along? Come back with me. She goes there to invite him, to call him back to Jagannath temple. That happens on Shukla Paksh Panchami, Hera Panchami. Okay. Next day, Shukla Paksh Shashti. The chariot's direction is being turned toward the Jagannath temple, representing that soon the Rath Yatra will return back to the Jagannath temple. The second phase of Rath Yatra will begin. Okay. Now, day 9, which will take place on 5th of July, which is basically broadly the end of Rath Yatra, Shukla Paksh Dashmi, all the three deities will start their journey back from Gundicha temple to Jagannath temple or Sri Mandir, Sri Kshetra. But they're not getting inside yet. All right. Now, next day, day 10, which is Ekadashi, Shukla Paksh Ekadashi. Now that is a very symbolic, we call it Dev Shayana Ekadashi. That is the day symbolic represented that is the day from when Lord Shri Jagannath gets into Chaturmas. He gets into the 4 months of slumber, sleep. Why? Because I'll explain why in a while. So just keep this in mind. It is the beginning of Chaturmas, Ekadashi. Okay? That after Rath Yatra is basically ending, next is beginning of Ekadashi Chaturmas. And after that, day 12, which is Shukla Paksh Triyodashi, then we have a very nice thing is happening. Niladri Bija. We call it Niladri Bija. So now Lakshmi ji is in Jagannath temple. Now Jagannath ji has returned back, but Lakshmi ji is upset. One, Jagannath ji did not take her along. And second, when she went there to call him back, he didn't come back at that time, right? On that Panchami. Now she is not letting Shri Jagannath enter into. Now the question is, if Shri Jagannath already gets into that slumber for 4 months, Chaturmas, on Ekadashi, how does this is happening? That entry ritual. This is a symbolic representation. Okay? To give us a message. Now, Lakshmi ji is not opening the door of the temple, and Jagannath ji is acting as subservient, listening to Shri Lakshmi ji or Lakshmi ji, and requesting, please open the door, please open the door. Then eventually Shri Balabhadra also intervenes and tells Krishna or Jagannath, listen to what she says. So a message, listen to the spouse, right? But that normal marital discord, marital spat, that is being represented on this Niladri Bija. Eventually, Shri Jagannath tries to calm his spouse, Lakshmi ji, by giving her a dessert, Rasagulla. And she eventually lets them enter Jagannath Mandir. Now the other remedy, this is a bonus, the other remedy. If you happen to see this episode, Niladri Bija, on Shukla Paksh Triyodashi, then you get that vision. Get that vision from the blessing of Shri Jagannath and Mata Lakshmi, that you realize there is no point in arguing with the spouse or between the spouse. The fighting ends at your house. So if you are trying to look forward or trying to resolve your marital discord, it is a good thing to go there, be a witness to this episode and experience the magic. How does this resolve your marital problem or your relationship problems? Okay? All right. So that was till Shukla Paksh Triyodashi on day 12. Now, let's move forward. I'm about to end this Rath Yatra very soon. Purnima, Ashadha Purnima, that is on 10th of July. That is Guru Purnima, the day when we pray to our Gurus. And after that, 16th of July, it is the beginning of Dakshinayan. Sun is going to enter into Cancer. Dakshinayan is the time when, already Lord Jagannath has entered into deep slumber for 4 months, or Ekadashi. Dakshinayan is around the line. So that Dakshinayan is the time when we say God are sleeping. You realize how does it relate? For 4 months, Lord Jagannath is sleeping. Shiva will take charge. During the sun's journey on the southward journey, Lord Jagannath will sleep for 4 months. Right? Okay. So this was the journey. This was the journey of Jagannath, Shri Jagannath Rath Yatra. And we got to get the remedy also for ourselves with the deep faith and belief. Okay. I like to end the video with a small prayer to Lord Shri Jagannath. This prayer is taken from Shri Jagannath Ashtakam. Sada kale kale pramat pratina geeta charito. Jagannath Swami nayan patagami bhavtume. I simply pray to Lord Shri Jagannath, whose glories are always sung by Lord Shiva, that he be the constant object of my vision. With this, I end the video. I'll see you in another video very soon. Jaya Jagannath. Namaskar.